Right. Had to grab some lunch.
You know what I mean? Fucking, this is like part 2 to the other one we just dropped. But yeah, here we go. Very Light Skin Podcast part 2, baby. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some caffeine.
He's a caffeine addiction.
I'm gonna grab some
good.
caffeine.
He needs his caffeine.
Bro, I'm more like a Red Bull fan now.
Yikes. Well, Alexander Gustafsson.
Alexander Gustafsson? That's a MMA fighter. You're talking Max Verstappen.
Always the same to me.
Yeah, I respect that. I can respect that. Nigga, they're all white. They're all just white niggas.
Was that coconut flavor?
No, it's just tropical. It might have like a coconut hint to it. I don't taste it. I taste fucking greatness. I taste winter. That's what I taste when I drink this.
I taste go-getter.
Go-getter. I taste finisher.
I taste about my bag.
Go on. So.
Yeah.
Not even sponsored. Fuck, you know what I mean?
You gotta keep it turned.
Like, just needed it. like just needed it.
One day they're gonna sponsor us. They know who.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's a sponsorship I wouldn't mind.
Well, because I want the wing so I can fly.
Dang, you need to watch F1, bro.
I'm not a fan of like.
Bro, you just need to watch F1.
I watched a little bit of it, and that's why I know I'm not a fan of it. Because my dad, he's a big fan of
Max.
Yeah,
of course he is.
Because he's from Holland, so.
I was gonna say because he's white.
I mean that could be another one. No, it's just because he's a Dutch boy. He's always gonna show love to his Dutch athletes.
Dutch athletes? Who's another Dutch athlete?
Soccer players. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. I can think of some. No, he's not Dutch though. I could think like a Erling Haaland, but I don't think he's Dutch. That's like German or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Dutch. I don't think so.
So European light skins, they got to be different.
Oh yeah. Whoa! I remember. That's a good one to talk about. Start right here.
That's a rare one in the country. I really don't see too many of those guys.
Yeah, because I feel like I see them only on like TV and shit.
Or social media.
Social media. That's a good one. Holy crap. Yeah, because you only see them on like Insta or something.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, makes sense. You're in fucking. Is that Hungary? Yeah, like you know.
I was in Poland.
You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Shit like that, like.
It's crazy because like, how did his experience go? Like, does he have like a whole nother reality, like a whole nother way of what it means to be light skinned? But it's kind of funny because I see them post and they post like your typical light skinned character, like what you think a light skin is. That's how they post or how their life is. So it's like, are we somehow It's like the Avatar state, reincarnated.
Bro, you might have more of a understanding too, because they're all half breeds over there.
Yeah. I just see the same like tendencies. I'm like, so we're all the same? Doesn't matter what part of the world you grow up in, you're still gonna have that stigma above your head. Oh, he's light skinned. Good hair. Really, probably. Just tall, light skinned.
What if you're okay? I just thought of something. What if you're light skinned and you don't have good hair?
I can think of 2 people, but I won't say their names.
He's holding himself back. He's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. But you see what I'm saying? There's like that can probably happen too.
Yeah, it can. It could be very.
It's just that
it looks like a tumbleweed. It's like very almost like dead. Like it's like thin, very looks like you need to water it every day.
I guess we're just blessed in it.
Yeah, good hair, healthy.
I will say I've never dyed my hair.
I've done it like 6 or 7 times.
You dyed your hair?
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 I bleached it hardcore.
Bleached your hair?
Like from scalp, like my scalp was burning.
Oh my god, you bleached your head.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Scalp hurt and shit?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like little screwdrivers or little.
Oh shit.
Little shit is going in my head. I'm like, dude. Dude, fucking hurts, dude.
Away from the bully.
Go.
Freaking bleaching your hair is crazy. I don't even let them like you remember like the spray paint that you wash out. I ain't let niggas touch me with that shit. I was like get up off me.
But my hair is resilient. I mean, I grew up swimming in
You
Arizona.
say your hair is Brazilian?
Resilient.
Oh, they said my hair is Brazilian.
No, I grew up swimming every day, and I was in the sun. Like, I was always outside for sure. Like, there was not a day I
Yeah,
didn't.
your hair's in chlorine.
Yeah, and I swam every day as a kid. Like from when I was 5 to like 20, I swam and I was outside damn near every day. So my hair was already getting naturally lighter over a course of fucking
Years. And
yeah,
shit.
15, 16 years.
Well,
So,
you grow up with like darker hair, or
yeah, like my
or
hair.
you grow up with lighter hair.
I grew up with dark. Well, growing up, it was dark in the beginning. Before I even like 5, you could say like if you look at my old baby pictures, my hair was dark, and now it's like light brown, like super light, and not because people always ask like, did you like dye it or put some shit in? I'm like, nah, this just from years
Being
of just
outside and shit.
outside every day, and in Arizona that sun could get lethal. I mean,
get
fuck,
lethal.
you could turn dark. You look Cuban.
I'm looking Cuban right now.
Yeah, you look like El Castro.
We didn't even talk about that. Like on the last one, like how like a nigga's dark now. Fucking like I'm a hey
come over here.
hey
Come over here. Calm down.
hey. But yeah, niggas dark now. Like I work outside, so
it's only gonna get worse.
I think it's just how the cookie crumbles. Hey,
I think that's what we remember talking about this, and I think it's interesting. Like generations of just breeding, in your case, is giving you like pretty good skin complexion. Like gives you the ability to like get darker, get lighter.
Yeah.
And like to a certain extent, like it's crazy to think about that.
Yeah, no cap.
Like that's for me, but I don't have that. Like my kids will experience it, cause like
yeah,
and then their kids will even get a better
experience of it.
So
depending on how their kids
yeah,
breed.
So it's just one of those like your skin cells, like how you adapt to the sun, how you like weather.
Yeah, no cap. When I went to South Carolina, no, I can't even talk. South Carolina to visit my family for 2 weeks. Like after the first week, my skin was like peeling. I was like, "What the fuck? My skin's never peeled before." It was like I was like an actual reptile.
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa, Dad, am I actually getting cooked out here?" I think I was actually getting cooked. And I wasn't even really outside like that. Think about that. When niggas weren't really outside.
So what is it like here? Did you just like what? Get dark quick?
Compared, it's the sun. I think out there, I think just being outside fucks you. Like you could be in the shade and still be fucked. Still be like, wow, this sucks. You know what I mean? Out here, you could chill outside. Let's say if it was like 110 outside, we could go outside where it's not like whatchamacallit, like where it's shady on our porch or whatever, and like kind of be all right. Still like figure things out. It'd be hot. The air would be hot because like we get hot air, but that's about it. It's not really that bad. That's why it's like you could deal with it. You have water and like some AC, you can like really survive. It's not hard surviving out here.
No, I've gotten by.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely not hard. Freaking, it's just tough for another. I just can't do snow.
Yeah, I was in Colorado for a month for working.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was cold. I just was getting tore up just because like I'm from a hot state where it doesn't get cold, and I've been here my whole life. It's like when Superman goes back to Krypton, his blood becomes weaker because he ain't been on there. You feel me?
That's crazy comparison, but I respect it.
Yeah, because when I'm out there, I'm not at my best. When I'm in the hot, when I'm like warm,
he said I'm not my best. Yeah, me either, bro.
Yeah, when I'm in that warm, that heat, it's something like I feel like Superman, Man of Steel, like fly around the world, stop planets from dying, like that guy. But when I'm over there, that cold.
It is freezing as a bitch out there.
But that could be for anybody. I mean, how the human body works.
Yeah, I mean, some people just like the cold though. They're like, no, I love the winter. Looking at him like,
because some people don't like sweating. When you have heat like this, you're gonna deal with sweating, irritation, fucking uncomfortable, like just being uncomfortable. Like no one wants to sweat. You don't want to put on something nice, go out to dinner, and you're fucking sweating. Like you don't want to go just to run to the store. Usually you want to put on sweatpants, but you're gonna sweat.
I
Whereas
don't
winter,
mind sweating.
yeah, I don't either. It's not a bad thing, but I mean, again, compared to like a winter state where it's like, or a state that doesn't get this hot, it's like 80s, 90s. Throw on a sweat, throw on a shirt, and you're okay. You're not sweating. You never really have to sweat anywhere. You know what I mean? Your whole it's not. But getting in that car.
Fuck a snow state.
Yeah, I mean, I'm green.
Yeah,
I like to snowboard though, so I wouldn't mind it.
I need a snowboard. I've never snowboarded.
Oh,
Because there's no place to snowboard in Illinois.
true, probably not.
Yeah, and I like realized that. I'm like, where the fuck was I going to snowboard in Illinois? I wasn't.
It's a fun thing to do. I'm not gonna.
That shit looks tough. It looks tough, bro.
Especially when you get like decently good to where you like. So in the beginning, when I was doing it, like it was a little challenging. Like, I had pretty good balance. So like as long as you have good balance, it's not as bad. But like I went too fast, I'd fall. I'm like, oh, it's like get too fast, it's kind of scary. But once you learn how to shift your weight, like,
I heard it's more like surfing and not like skateboarding.
Yeah, where it's literally like you just leaning forward, easing back, like your legs get blown up for it for sure. Like your legs, it takes a lot on your legs. Like I would recommend having your legs built, but it's tough because like you know how we grew up in the States where it's like we rode our skateboard, went outside, played basketball,
I
football.
grew up in Illinois. We did not grow up in the same states.
I'm saying you grew up in states where, okay, you probably didn't have this, like people weren't snowboarding and skiing where you lived, right?
Just because there were no hills.
Okay, but people didn't do that, right?
I mean, I'm sure people did. I just didn't.
The people you grew around, just in general.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like, you ride your bike. You grew up riding bikes and shit, scooters.
Yeah.
Those kids over there are like 5-year-olds skiing, going faster than me. Boom, flying down there, going crazy.
You're talking about in Colorado?
Yeah, like states where like snowboarding and skiing is common. Like that's what they do. From like I saw a group of like 10 kids, bro, little skis. One of them had one ski on because you can do with one ski. It's even tougher. He had one ski on like this.
And he just
shredding down the mountain. They're shredding. They want
shredding.
I'm like, whoa. Doing jumps, going off a ramp. Poof. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, little 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds.
That is tough. I would definitely snowboard. I heard it's dangerous as fuck. Dude.
Yeah, because when you fall, you're going like 27 to 30 miles an hour, maybe even higher than that if you're going fucking fast.
You're moving.
Yeah, and then you're fucking gotta turn. If you don't turn, you try to like brake. If you like brake forward, you're flipping because you have to lean back to brake. Like turn your body and like lean like this to slow you down. Most people are like turn on the inside and the board catches the ground and you fucking flip. Or land on your back. I've landed on my butt so many times, bro. Like my lower back was like bruised because I just kept falling a lot because like I wasn't really good at.
Was there good snow?
Yeah, it was great. It was prime time snow season.
Move.
Come on. And so, yeah, it was prime time snow season. We were getting after it. Like it was crazy. But I remember our first ever time snowboarding skiing, bro. We get there and they're like the greens are closed. The greens are closed, so it's the only mountain that's available. The only trail that's available is the Black Diamond. That's the hardest fucking trail to go down as a snowboarder or skier is the Black Diamond tier. And so that was like that's the only mountain that's open. And we look out the window, they point where it's at. It's just a fucking mountain, straight down, bro. It is crazy. And you see the Olympic team going down there doing time runs. Flying down there, probably doing like 50, 60 miles an hour.
Damn, they're moving.
Going down, little time zones. Oh my God, they're going fast. So we get up there, we're like, fuck, okay. I'm shitting my pants just seeing this fucking mountain. Me, Mitch, and Josh went down it on our butts the entire way down.
Yeah, you gotta be beat.
And I even asked the coach, I was like, is this like a cliff right here? Because it looked like a cliff, bro. And he was like, no, like this is where you start out. I'm like,
is this a cliff right here, bro?
I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Damn. I want to snowboard.
But then they opened up the green thing. Once the greens are fun, it's like a 2-3 mile course. It goes all the way down. It's fucking tough as fuck. Like those are fun. I mean, I bet the black that would be fun, but that one's just straight slope down. Like Flagstaff has a lot of good trails. You'll like Flagstaff
I
because
heard
it's.
the snow isn't all that good in Flag though.
I mean,
You have to
yeah.
go at the right
Again, you're in
time.
Arizona. Like, it's good. It's decent snow if you're a snowboarder, but you've never snowboarded before, so you don't even know what's a good.
What to expect?
Yeah, like if you went to Colorado, of course, coming back here, you'd be like, "This is fucking mid." Because Colorado, we were at a snow resort city. Like it's called. It looks like the Polar Express. What's the name of it?
I think I know what you're talking about. Starts with the A or some shit, isn't it?
No, it's I'm having a brain fart. But anyways, like it's a ski lodge. Like we didn't even go on the hardest mountain. Like there was a mountain where like it's famous in the US where it's like major ski, like probably like a couple 10,000-15,000 people there. It's just going down this fucking mountain. It's like 10 miles long, all the way from the top of the fucking mountain coming straight down. It's crazy. I'm like, those are real fucking like mountains.
Yeah, those are real like skiers on that shit. Like snowboarders.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to get like that too. I feel like it doesn't take that long.
No, if you anything you do consistently,
I'm
you're
just
gonna
talking.
get good. Like,
Yeah.
like I said, it only took me a few times, bro. I fell like probably like 15, 20 times. And after that second day, I was going down this greens, like
Yes.
flying down there. I had snaps, just me snowboarding. Like it was me and Mitch and Josh. We started at the top, raced each other. Me and Mitch fucking tied. It was crazy.
Mitch is from the snow. You gotta have like a high expectation for Mitch. Like anything when it comes to like snow, like skiing, like blades and shit, like you know what I'm saying, on ice type shit.
But it's still a challenge because like if you have, I think in my opinion, if you have balance, if you have really good balance,
I have balance from skateboarding. Like I can skateboard.
Stop.
And like skate. I used to skateboard to school type shit.
Yeah.
So I know how to skateboard. And obviously I can ride a bike. So I have that balance now. Not sure about
It's a whole type of different balance.
I can't. They're like like it's more like skiing, or not skiing. It's more like surfing. I've never surfed. I've I kind of have. It's just like the fake surfing where like they have the fake wave. I've done that before.
In a sense,
and I've done it, but it's like it is tough how you place the back foot. So I think I know how to do it, but
you can't be 1 foot dominant. That's in my mindset. Like when people ski, their mindset is like when they're doing something, they're quick to like use 1 foot or the other to stop or do this or do that. And that's where you kind of fuck up because that's where you put too much weight on the board. Even a little weight will fuck you up. That's what I learned. I was like, this is a whole body movement and it's really about hip control. If you have good hips, like playing football, I worked on my hips all the time, track hips, like everything, good balance and good hips is what's the most important because you're turning. Like you're facing this way and you're just leaning back, controlling the weight, not putting more weight on your left foot than your right, right? Like when you lean back to slow down, you could do that too, but you're turning and the board's facing like this instead of straight. You're shifting your weight. Feel me? Turn like it. But you can get the hang of it once you understand that aspect. Like that was my problem. Was like I'm using too much weight on 1 foot. I'm trying to stop. Like when you skateboard, you can stop with either foot if you wanted to, right? But you're stopping with 1 foot. You're taking your foot off and stopping it and using that 1 foot to stop or pedal. Or this one, you can't use your feet to stop or pedal.
You have to use the board. You gotta
turn. There you go. Hip. Stay low.
Yeah. Stay low, nigga. I mean, that bit like.
But then again, you see these kids flying off these ramps right by you, little 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 5-year-olds, going fucking crazy. One leg using just not even snowboarding, using one leg on the skis, right? It's crazy to me because it's like you need 2 skis to ski, like one on one each foot.
Yeah.
He's using one. These little kids using one, flying down the mountain, like going crazy.
I'm sorry, that is tough. Using one ski on 1 foot.
These little kids are doing it.
And so he just has a bare boot, just like. He just ended up being like,
not falling, spinning, fly off a ramp, twist, whoop, come on the ground. I'm like, oh,
he's probably been waiting to do that all year too. Probably been like fiending for this. Like, probably been fiending. Like, nigga, I need a shred.
Oh, like what makes you decide I'm gonna do this? But it's the same with like basketball. You learn how to dunk, then it's like when we learn how to windmill. Then after windmill, you learn how to do this. It's like what we grew up on our bikes. Learning how to get on the bike and ride the bike. Okay, learning to have 1 foot off the bike, learn to stand up on it, learn to do this. Same thing with like anything you do, anything that you
definitely
do.
Said, yes, mine would probably be like a skateboarding. I remember trying to ollie get the ollie down, and I'm trying to fucking
Stop.
heel flip and kick flip and shit. Yeah, that shit was a grind. You just have to go out there and do it all the time.
Yeah.
Or basketball, obviously.
See, it's anything that you did.
Basketball, like I just remember throughout the years, the main thing changing was me forcing a change was like my shooting, like how my form looks. Because I had to when I moved out here. Okay, so my shooting started fucking up my freshman year. Like the end of my freshman career, like freshman season, my arms would just keep doing this, and it was an actual problem. People were
I
like,
experienced that. Yeah.
yeah, people were like, "Yo, why are you doing that?" And I was like, "What? I don't even." And then I started looking at videos of me shooting. I'm like, "Oh shit!" And like the fucking ball would just go over here, over here. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'd be like dead ass, like, "What the fuck?" Like, I know how to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
But then I think what it was because I started shooting from my eyebrow. Where am I releasing at? I think I was releasing at my eyebrow. But yeah, I started releasing up here. That's the main thing. I started shooting my arms more. And freaking yeah, like I just had to fix it. So like when my entire sophomore year, like I had to go into the gym and I'm not shooting threes like how I usually am, right? I'm like at the basket, like trying to focus on like fucking just memory of just making sure my arm stays here. Like going around the basket. Oh my god. You're like what? That nigga Joshy used to fucking flame me. Like really get on me. Be like, nigga, like, why aren't you shooting shots you take in the game? I'd be like, I gotta figure this out. Like honestly. That's the only thing that like I had to figure out. And then before that, my jump shots were like from here, and then like I had it from here.
It's crazy
I had
how
it
I
from
feel like I progressed too, because I
I had it
remember
from what
I
shooting
had
with
that.
both. I had both when I was in like the 7th grade. I had both, and then right after that, I went to just straight up here. Like I just bring it and then just start shooting like that. But then that started leading to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. I like had to really think about it, and then I like noticed it when I was out there, but didn't start doing anything about it until I moved out here before the season started. Because I was like, hold on, I'm gonna figure this shit out before the season starts. Not gonna be like first few games of the season like fucking nah. But no, during that season, I fixed my jumper.
I got a question. Do you think I would have been good if I would have hooped at high school, Maricopa? Or do we have some studs on the team other than Joshy?
Your question is, if you would have been good,
Probably not, huh?
you want to be honest? Hmm. What do you mean good? Like good as in
If you plug me
hold
in,
on, good as in let me like you're gonna get like picked up as like from a school or something, like take it as a career.
nah, lead the team to like a deep
No,
playoff
you're not
run.
doing any of that.
Okay.
Like just the best nigga at that school was Joshy. Like what? Joshy was like, but granted, he's like freaking. He was killing me every day after school. So like, that's why I'm like, no, I
Would you
have
say
to
he's one
vouch
of the
for
best
him.
basketball players you've ever seen? Like in person, like play with him or played against him?
So yeah, he's def. So because
And where do you rank Ben? That's another question to that one.
oh,
Adding to that.
okay, so Joshy, where do I put Joshy? So there's like an elite club, right? Of like, cause like I'm not all that good at basketball, but I could beat you. I could beat like I could say oh, I could beat you at basketball. Like there's certain people I know I could beat. There's certain people I know I can never touch as well. Like you know what I mean? Like oh, that's that other level that niggas be talking about. That like oh probably should have been playing like 3 years before when I started. Like shit like that. You know what I
Is
mean?
mentioned that in that category?
Mitch, hold on, let me stay where I was at. So fucking Joshy's in that club of like elite. Like when I was playing in Illinois, I only played against like maybe 4 or 5 like guys that were I was like, oh shit, you're gonna like go play somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? And got the vibe straight up though. And like how they played me and they killed me, pause, like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like they really were like hoopers, shit like that. So I'd have to put him in that for sure. Cause I'm like, damn, what the fuck? And he could shoot respectfully, so shit like that where I'm like, okay, I gotta kind of. The only thing I will say about Joshy is that he doesn't stick. I've never seen him really like lock someone up, and that's coming from someone who saw him play a lot. So he's gonna hate me for that one.
Yeah,
he's gonna hate me for that one. Fuck it. But then you say Ben. I haven't played. Now I think about it, I've never played a full court with Ben. Have I?
I mean, if you count,
I've played a full court with Hans. I've hooped with Hans. So I feel like Hans is good. I think Hans is like, that's a better one. Because I don't think I've ever played a full court with Ben. So I don't know how he looks in like a legit run. But I've hooped with Ben a lot. So I know that he's elite for sure. He can poke. So like that's one thing you always have to think about with someone who's poking. So like, oh, he might be able to like catch you on a boom, 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 boom. But like if he's poking, nigga, are you gonna jump with him? No, like, you're not jumping with him every time. So have fun. I feel like, but I like how Hans plays. Like I like playing with Hans. We're a good team. You know what I'm saying? Like because I just like am like a facilitator. I just know how to play with certain people. Like, oh, if you're like this, I'll just do this then, because that's gonna make us win. I like to win.
I'm like a James Harden ISO player.
Yeah. How about you don't touch the how about you start training before you touch the court? Like how about you do some more PT, huh? Yeah, how about we do some more PT, kid?
I'm secretly getting to it. I want the fans to know that.
Right, you're in a hyperbolic timetable, like really just locking in, like.
But if I look at my progression, I feel like I look at like Mitch's progression. I'm like, that man.
I used to kill Mitch in high school.
But now, current Mitch now.
I don't play basketball.
Okay.
I played Mitch. I played Mitch
ago.
when I used to train in the morning. I used to come into the school. Bet you didn't know that, huh? Yeah, that bitch was open. Hey, niggas was getting that bitch choked, and nigga, like, we was in the school in the morning, like 5 a.m. runs. Like, come on, putting shots up. Come on. Who wanted it? Yeah, we wanted it. Fucking. And then I didn't play junior year. So that's when I was like, okay, I think I might be done with this. Fucking. So that's when that really stopped. But, nigga, what? That's what he caught me at, like, me, like, really trying to hoop. But then realized, like, nah, probably not finna do this. So a nigga was like, he'd be like, all right, let's hoop. I'd be like, nigga, let's hoop then. And I'd be like, like a mirror, like really trying.
So how did you rank those EOS games that we used to be playing all the time?
How would I rank them?
Yeah, when we were in there with all of our runs.
You're making me sound like the bad guy here. I'm just a realist. I'm
not making you feel like there's no good guy or bad guy.
No, I'm the bad guy. It's okay. I'm okay.
There's no bad guy. Okay, it's just your truth. Your truth is your truth.
It just makes sense, doesn't it? Like how I'm putting it, you're just like, oh yeah, of course.
No, but not really.
Not really.
But there, like, I agree with you on one thing. I have that same list of hoopers where I'm like, I'll never beat because I have them in an elite category. Like, I throw Josh in there because I hooped against him, and just like he showed up one day and
he really killed. Like, bro, we used to like, you know how if you're a gym rat, like when you know how you're a gym rat in lifting, right? Yeah. You're always in that bitch. So you know other gym rats who are always in that bitch.
Yeah.
I like in high school, you know the gym rats, right? That we were gym rats. Me, him, our sisters. We're in that bitch every day right after the fucking bell rings, nigga.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd have him, I'd have Josh in there. I told Ben, I was like, you and Josh are probably the greatest players I've ever witnessed in my eye. Like,
you put Ben in the same category as Josh? I've just never seen him play. I've seen him play against us. So I'm like, but that's where I have to say this.
I'm like, he treats us like how Joshy treats us.
Exactly. That's why I was like, bro, you're not trying though. That's why I'm like,
him not trying is
it's a half court.
No, I'm not even saying that. I've watched Ben, like, one, Ben's already a pro, but two, like what I'm saying is,
Yeah, if you're a pro,
that
doesn't count if you're a pro already, nigga. So that's why I'm like,
I played Joshy.
Because it doesn't count.
Yeah, but I played Joshy. I remember this one game we played. I was outside. We put up the villages, and like he's like, I'm not gonna even try, and he barely like.
Your voice cracked when you said
it. He barely tried and torched us, and for the game winner, he did a hook shot 3 and made it. He said, "Game, hook shotted it, poof, swish." I'm like, that's the difference between him and us. And it was like, I remember them, and I feel like I'm one of the best defenders. Like I feel like I have a great, like out of all everybody, I just feel like I'm the best defender. So I was like, that game, Mitch was like, I want to guard Joshy, and I was like, thank God. I was like, look at my wow, thank God he called him, and he fucking and Joshy put it on him.
Because the thing is, it's Mitch, bro. It's not hard to, like,
yeah.
What? I'm not gonna lie. I think Mitch will agree though. I'm like, come on, this is me at like my heyday. Like, I didn't feel no pain in the knees.
But you're saying Mitch at his heyday and you at your heyday, he's not.
I think Mitch is probably more in his heyday now.
I'm saying right now, look, you take you in high school
against Mitch, right? Of course you're gonna ask
that. That's what I mean. No, like not like that's a real scenario, man. Not even like no like funny like. I get what you mean, but I meant like.
It's just of course you're gonna like you went straight to that though. I respect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not even defense. Like I'm not even trying to defend Mitch, or I'm not even trying to discredit you. Come on. I'm not even trying to discredit you. I meant like.
Yeah. So like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
What does that look like? It'd probably be like a game point,
like whoever had the better bucket that day, like that last shot just went in.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. No, that's a good one.
Yeah, whoever's fingers just right inside of the fucking bucket every time.
Yeah, I respect that. Okay.
But man, like he could shoot. But like my thing is with Mitch back in the day, I just never liked him getting past me. I'd be like, fuck no, I'm finna steal the ball from this nigga. I was just getting mad, like move.
So move. That's why, I put Joshy Ben in that. In that category.
But I will say, no one else in Maricopa gave me like damn, I can't even like hold this nigga a little bit like than Josh did, because like this nigga really was him.
He's so fast. The thing was the difference between him and Ben.
My thing was what pissed me off with him is that he could shoot.
Yeah,
this nigga never missed. I was like,
I think he's more dangerous off not even shooting. It's just shiftiness. Like
I can handle shiftiness. You could be there. You could be, but if he hits it every time, nigga,
no, I'm saying if you go left, right. And you go left and he goes right fast. And the thing is, Joshy isn't like you see people who hit you a crossover and they're hesitant because they don't know if it worked. Like I've seen Joshy crossover and go straight to the hole because he knew
just like one boom. Like
it was like whoa, and you went left.
He's a very fast first step for sure.
Yeah, and it's not hesitant. I'm like, that I can't.
This is the craziest slob fest ever. I just realized.
No, we respect it.
But we're respecting.
I'm like, we're respecting hoopers. I always tell Ben, I'm like, Ben, like you're dunking on 6. Like I witnessed him at Lifetime dunk on a 6'8" guy. Like I'm talking like do like this on his arm, bam, ball hits the dude on the head, dude. Everyone in the gym's going ballistic. I'm like, and that was recently. That was like a month ago.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So I'm like, wow, like
I do. I have seen him punch before.
But it's like you seen him like this is what Ben we talk about because I trained Ben for the past 7 months and literally like done exactly what I told him to do.
Whoa.
And so now it's like you've seen him when he could just dunk. Like Ben was a good dunker, but now it's like he can dunk on like people who are 6'6" and up. Like, he can dunk on anybody. I wouldn't say
you gotta catch him though.
Yeah,
that's the thing about Ben. Or guys like Ben, like they have to catch people.
Not like being really tall and you can just
like a guy just jumping up on him. Like he's probably not gonna catch him every time. But like if you catch a dude in a transition where he's turning and he's still trying to, and you're damn.
But that's what makes them two dangerous. Like what makes Josh dangerous, I think, is his shiftiness. And I think Ben dangerous is like all around. Like he can shoot, he can pass, he can dunk. I'm like, fuck. Those are guys. I'm like. No matter what I do on defense, like I consider myself on the same level as Mitch and Hans. Like I can stop them on defense, and they can't stop me on offense. But sometimes they can, vice versa, and all that, right? So like with those guys, I could beat them some days. Some days they're gonna beat me, but there's no fear like, oh, I gotta step up and guard him because I'm not afraid to guard nobody. But it's like I'm like Josh or Ben, I'm like, the fact that he's not gonna go all out, and then if he did go out, what would it look like? It'd probably be bad. It'd probably be like I can't stop it. I can't stop him from scoring.
No, I've like been put in positions where I'm like, dang, like this nigga's killing me right now. And niggas are in the gym like grilling me and shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, you're not gonna guard this nigga. Like no, like you're not him either.
Because that's what I made it a known thing. Like I played a lot of basketball in the past like 6 years. Because I was like, after I started running track and football and stuff, like basketball is the only sport you can like go outside and go do. Like one day you could just go grab your hoop shoes. To play football, you need another person.
That one in volleyball. These are two sports you can still play. Like
you can get a group of people and play.
And still like be like competitive.
Yeah. And so I'm like, basketball, I won't play that. We played at ASU. I played a lot of good people at ASU, but no one it was ever like
So then would you say you started really playing basketball after high school?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So damn, like 2019 and shit? 2020? God damn. That's so fucking late. Jesus Christ. I guess a lot of guys do, though. A lot of athletes do.
Yeah, because whatever your main sport is.
You're like, okay, I'm done with this shit. I'm playing basketball. Because, like, that's the one sport everyone plays, damn near.
Yeah.
That, like, let's say if you were to see a fucking basketball court, you might see people on a basketball court, then people in the field, or maybe soccer.
I wouldn't even say that. I would really say basketball.
I know a lot of people that still just play soccer.
I know, just play it, but but seeing it around, like you see more basketball courts than you see
soccer fields. Sure, but I think that's just being American. But like, I think there's still a lot of people that play soccer.
I think that's soccer. That's another one you can.
Yeah, that's another one. Like, you just still need a fuck ton of people. Like, 5-on-5, you can do 3-on-3s, 2-on-2s, 1-on-1s. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
I don't know. I just think about the culture. The culture of like basketball is crazy. So like everyone, even if you're not good, like I see everybody named Mamba in there. Like shout out to Asians because I had a great Asian teammate at ASU. Dude had the nicest shoes, like dribbling, practicing. Like he thought he was in the NBA, and he was on our team. He was unstoppable. But it's like, damn, he's Asian and he's going crazy. Like Indian, I've seen Indian players. Like it doesn't matter. Like everyone's getting shoes. Like
that's just crazy.
The culture of basketball is stupid.
I grew up on that. That's why I'm like, well, it's crazy. You just never really was.
Because I played football and like football, I'm at football games.
I never played football though. I never even liked football though. Like I wanted to play. You met Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Freaking we tried to do the podcast with him at first, but I remember Ryan first and second grade, right? The beginning of the year starts. He's like, "Yo, you need to freaking do football." And I'm like, okay, like freaking something to do type shit. And like, I wasn't even doing sports yet. I started doing sports 3rd grade. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I'm bringing this to my mom, right? 2 years in a row. She like, I'm like, no, nigga. I'm like, oh shit.
In my opinion, that's what I think about football and basketball as a youth player.
Yeah.
It might be my opinion, but
yeah. After that, I played whatchamacallit. I played baseball. I started doing baseball, and then I went into basketball.
Okay, so yeah, a little you're diverse.
Yeah, so like I just never played football though. Like you know how people just have football players, they grew up watching it, never gave a damn.
I think with football, this is my theory on football and basketball. I think with basketball, early basketball, you don't get recognition because like
no right conditioning.
Recognition. Yeah, recognition.
Oh, that's what you're trying
because of like. I don't know, but with football, I feel like you get it early. Like, oh, this kid is gonna go somewhere. Like, you scoring hella touchdowns, you throwing touchdowns. Like, you're just nice at football. You get like everyone's like talking about you. Basketball, it's like you're not dunking in elementary school. You're not dunking in middle school, right? But when you get to high school, when it like,
I see what you're saying. It takes longer to see the potential in kids.
Yes, because you can be short. Everyone comes out short, right? Some people have a little growth spurt, some there. But with football, you could be short and just lethal. You could be fast. All that basketball, it's like he's short right now. He's shooting high. Like it doesn't look as clean. But boom, they hit high school and this guy's between the legs, taking people to like it's a showtime. Like
I will say there's something to that. There's definitely something to that because growing up, because you gotta think I started 4th grade in basketball, 5th grade. Like in elementary school, and I was doing AAU. So, freaking the levels are way different than if you're just playing with some city team, right? City team, you got like one good kid. You might not even have a good kid. You guys are all playing basketball for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. Like
So
that's some shit you might have been around, right? AAU
yeah.
is like, no, this kid's been playing because his dad's a trainer, and like his dad just gave him up. So like, boom, now he's here playing with like another trainer's team, but like he's him.
Yeah.
He's like he's the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit I got thrown into, and I'm like, I don't even know how to like go between the legs, nigga. Like, I don't even know like what the fucking like rules are really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm doing like we're doing 3-4 games.
But that's what the thing about
3-4 games a weekend. Like, come on, like hold on. I'm like, whoa. So like it's way different. But like, and then like for example, you could do that at 5th grade, right? Freaking, there's still only, let's say if you're on an AAU team, the team might be good, right? Because like the coach, because like they might have some good ass coaching,
and
then like, and they might have like a tall kid. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, that's the one thing that could like really like, okay, we're getting 4 or 5 championships this season because like we got the tallest kid in like the fucking
6th grade.
yeah, like 6th grade right now.
6'6" already. He's in 6th
yeah,
grade.
or like in the county right now, like that's 12 or like 11. So, and then we got a kid that can hit threes. Like that's all it really takes. You know what I'm saying? So if you're playing that type of game already, you already know like, dang, like you need height. If you don't have height, it's gonna be it's gonna be a long few weekends. Or like, okay, boom, these kids are hitting shots. Okay, like I did not know I have to stick defense for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
whoa, you're putting you get thrown in the deep end seriously. Like, holy shit.
No, yeah. But I think the thing was like, yeah.
I definitely got thrown in the deep end for sure. Steve.
But that's why I say AAU, in my opinion, wasn't like, it's like a low key. Like I think now because of social media, it blew up. Like AAU really like is booming everywhere.
Yeah, because it wasn't all that big when I was.
That's what I'm saying. So
like
football,
it was big, right? It was big. I can't say it wasn't because like it just depended on like you.
Where you from?
No, it's not even that. It depends on if you're going to those tournaments. Like I've been to like maybe 3 of those big tournaments, like that, like a gauntlet or whatever. I've been to more of my sisters. My sisters like really been to them, and like granted, their team hasn't been too successful because you still need height. And if you don't have height, you're not going to win in like any of these fucking tournaments. Or like if you don't have speed, like overwhelming speed and like athleticism, you're not gonna touch anybody. So freaking, I've been to those, but like it's like you're like, for example, and it's so different for living in Arizona because like I don't even know what the AAU circuits out here look like. Like I know what Blue Chips is because Davion's little brother was in Blue Chips, right? He was hooping with them. So that's the only one I know about out here. And I think Blue Chips is national. So I know, like, I've heard of him before, like a Blue Chips prospect type shit. So, fucking, I don't, what? If you're in those tournaments, you're already getting scouted from a team from like 3 seasons back that like you saw at a tournament, like or some random tournament. Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, we're gonna remember you're like you know what? They're already like locking down with your mom. What your mom's like, yo, I just got a call from what's his name, yada yada yada. You going to Texas or you going to Minnesota, whatever? You going to Cali? What the fuck? Yeah, like what? That's how a lot of niggas are getting found out. It's just like just hooping on that shit, and like that's how you're getting your exposure, just playing. Really,
I learned that. I honestly learned that.
Teams are like fucking already drafting you. Like what? It's crazy.
Not in the AAU setting, but like just in a setting like playing basketball this years later, is like the only way you do get better is by playing other people. Like Hans said that, and that's one of the main things Hans said that I like actually agree with. Like
people better than you too.
Yeah, like when I first started playing, I think I was playing like Mitch and them for a minute, and I was like, a lot of them, especially just playing against Mitch, guarding him. I'm like, damn, he can just get laying up. And he told me advice like, you're fast, but like if you need to use your speed because like if you're this fast, you can go to the hole, you can do whatever you want. And then playing like Longman's another great hooper. I'm like,
Longman Coop.
Yeah, so I'm like learning from him, runs with him, and then stepping up to the big stage. I feel like, which was ASU full court, and like being a little nervous to make shots because like if we lose, we have to wait 4 games. Okay, this is
See, that's funny. You were just now going through
all that.
Like,
so now
I
EOS runs like where I'm like I played by myself. Like you guys weren't there, and I'm like sometimes I got to be the guy on this team. And like
it's easy.
Some of those moments where you're not him or you're him, like all these experiences were all because I played games. I practiced. I did this, and eventually till now where I'm like, okay, now I feel like I'm a game changer. Like I could take over. But it didn't start with that. It was like rebounds. I was a rebound guy. I played at Mount Point my freshman year because all the football players played. I didn't play with the good ones until like their top rebound guy got hurt, and it was like a G League moment. We're like, all right, like it was like come up to the big game.
Oh my god!
It was really like that, bro. It was crazy because I was like, I was playing with like guys who were like so at basketball. Like we didn't play with the mains,
the actual basketball guys.
Yeah, who were they're football, but they can they play football, but they can hoop. Like those are guys like us now, right? Where we can just hoop anywhere.
Yeah.
So there was an end, but as a freshman, so like I said, I'm just tall. I could jump. I could rebound. Couldn't shoot. Couldn't pass. Couldn't lay up. So they called me up like, yo, we need you to rebound. And I was rebounding good. You know what I mean? But that was like my first like objective. Like, okay, the only way I'm going to play is if I can rebound. That's how I was able to get picked up. It was like, oh, he can rebound at least, right? Rebound.
You know what you're good at. If you can rebound, it means you're physical. So you're like, okay, I'm a physical player.
And that's what it became.
And then rebounding bleeds into defense. See, yeah. I know how this works.
Yeah.
I've been playing basketball for so fucking long. Now that I think about it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I freaking hate this sport.
But how you say that's how I feel about football. It's like I played football so long, like my life was football. Everything I did.
Yeah, I've been playing for I've played basketball for like 12 years. I haven't played basketball in like 6 months or whatever now. Like, because I don't remember I was telling you I haven't bought basketball shoes because I haven't really felt the need to. I'm like, if I buy basketball shoes, it's gonna be a waste. Like, I'm not gonna play.
Yeah, you gotta actually really hoop.
Yeah, and I don't like what I'm not gonna play. I don't even like the sport. But I like the sport. I could talk about it because like fucking I did a lot of it.
Yeah. It's still a fun sport. It's
like what I just had so many hours in it. You know what I'm saying? You can't put so many hours into something and be like, no, I'm done with it. You got to shit talk her a little bit just because you've been there.
Football is the one thing I see myself getting advice to like my brother or somebody else, like my girlfriend's cousin. I'm like, I dedicated my whole life to this damn thing, and like yeah, I'm done playing it. I don't want to go pick up football. Like, I don't want to go do random 7-on-7. I don't want to do that shit. Yeah. But it's like one of those like a shit talk I still feel love for because damn, like a big portion of my life was dedicated to that sport. Like
it was us.
Actually, most of my life.
That's why, that's why me and Claire are on this like MMA journey. Yeah, think about it. Because, for example, I thought, okay, if I could go like, I honestly thought I could play like D3, right? But like, I'm being realistic. I'm like, I'm not a D2 player. I don't have the height and nowhere near physical. Started lifting in high school. Think about that. Niggas been little niggas like walking like into high school like that. Nigga like
God gifted.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I moved, I started lifting my sophomore year of high school. Put it in more perspective. Because my freshman year, I was still living in Illinois. I was like going to a private school, and they don't have fucking lifting shit. Yeah. You don't even have a gym. You know what I'm saying? They have a cafe gymatorium. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Cafe gymatorium. You know what I'm saying?
Elementary school, I grew up like that.
Yeah, so it's shit like that. So I'm like, fuck that, man. Like, I had to, like, I already knew, like, dang, I have to do something. And that goes back. That's it. When I was in Illinois, I was doing push-ups. I knew, okay, I need to do something. When I already knew, like, when my coaches were like, no, you need to do push-ups. Like, they were being dead serious with me. But, like, saying it in a joking way. They're like, you're little as fuck. You need to do push-ups. But, like, look at you. Like, you're actually little. I was like, damn, like, okay, so I'm busting out like 40 right before I go to sleep every night, nigga. Like,
that's the little stuff I talk about with like being a parent is like I'm gonna have my kid on that regimen where it's like it's gonna start off small, jump rope every day, because you can. It's not if you force your kid to do something. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, but maybe down the line they don't want to do it, or they're like, I hate doing it, or some shit. Like they don't take as much. But if you make it more of like a fun thing to do, like a hobby, like jump rope is something you can get behind as a kid and do. And if you do it every day, like jump rope, you can look up what it does.
Yeah, I was about to say your fucking legs are just different.
You will be fast. You will have bounce. Yeah, you will be so quick.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
I know guys that there was this one dude. I remember after track season, I think I got third in state. So I was feeling like I'm the fastest guy in the state, or at least in Maricopa. I felt like I was the fastest guy in Maricopa. I played soccer with Ruben and all of them, and there's this one dude. I don't know who he was, but like we were running, and like he was right next to me.
Yeah, he said he was really
There was
good.
one point where we took off, and I was like, "Wow."
You're still here.
And he was like, he came up to me. He's like, "Damn, bro, you're fast." He's like, "I've heard about you. Like Ruben told me about you." And I was like, "Bro, you're fast. Like I've never heard of you. I've never seen you. Where? What?" I was like, "What do you do?" I had to ask him, bro, because there's no way. Like I said, I got third at state, and I was a sophomore. So these people that beat me were juniors and seniors, which okay, I expect, right?
He said, "Who are you?"
He was a senior. I don't know what school he went to, but
Oh
he
my
played.
goodness.
He's like, the reason why I'm so fast is because I jump rope every day. He was like, I jump rope for like 6-7 months straight every day.
Mm.
And he was
Bro,
like,
jump roping sucks.
yeah,
Because I jump rope as like a warm up in the boxing gym. Because like niggas jump rope. Weird. So I know how it feels after 1 week of just jump roping. You're like, okay, that's the one thing I do not want to do.
yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough.
So I'm like, he did this every
and it
day.
smacks you too if you fuck up. So it's like you're getting whipped if you mess up.
Dude, I was
What's
like,
the
holy
difference?
shit. He's like, I promise you do this for 6 months, you'll be fast. And I was like, you'll be even faster. And I was just like, okay, bet that. Because I was thinking in my head, like, bro, I'm the fastest guy in this city. Other than like, the only people I could think of that are there with me is PJ and Longman and
Yo, I've seen PJ jump crazy
yeah.
before.
Feel me? These guys are my 4x1 during
Yeah,
high school.
granted,
So
he's running. They're running with you though.
Yeah,
this
so-
is like the fastest the fastest
Yeah,
heat in
like,
Copa.
you feel
Like,
me?
come
It's
on.
like, so I'm like, and we all just got third at state for our 4x1. So I'm like, again, I know
Okay,
the
so you guys
fast-
got third sophomore year,
yeah,
and then got number one
senior
year.
Yeah,
Correct.
feel me?
So you guys were going into junior year because I met you guys your junior year.
Yeah,
You guys are going into junior year like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill someone. Like,
yeah.
soon.
But-
Like going into this spring,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a few bodies.
We made some noise our junior year. Like we put, but it wasn't until senior year where it was like every school was like,
It just made
"Are
sense.
you guys Maricopa?" I swear to God, senior year was crazy.
He said, "Are
You
you
got
guys-"
PJ, Longman, any Jacob.
Oh yeah, what was your guys' who all ran? I
On that
forgot.
4x1 team, we broke the state record, and yeah, there's state record.
Who was
It was
it?
me, PJ, Longman, Jacob,
You, PJ, Longman, Jacob. That makes sense.
and it was crazy because like we always think like it's one of those Kobe and Shaq moments. I mean, this is no diss to Longman, but it was like me, Jacob, and PJ all lifted, and Longman didn't, but because Longman took what's it called, AP classes, so like he couldn't. I think he had AP in the morning and football.
Yeah, I had an AP class with him.
Yeah, so like he couldn't take weightlifting, and so like maybe if he did weightlifting, because weightlifting does make you a better athlete in
Makes you
general.
stronger.
Yeah, makes you stronger. So like I always think like if he lifted weights too, like that, because all I said Jacob lifted weights because he played football.
Right.
PJ and
And
me
I think he's younger than you guys.
yeah, he was
too.
a junior, and so me and PJ we lifted weights because like we wanted we would go to Copper Sky in the morning because Hutch was like, if y'all want to be good, you need to live. So PJ would pick me up like 6 in the morning. We'd go over to Copper Sky. We would lift in the morning.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You guys just had it down. Like, whoa, like you guys are.
But there was another level.
Did this only start senior year though?
Yeah. See, and that's why I'm like, imagine if we would have done this as freshmen.
Okay, so I got you guys. I met you guys coming off of it. Like, yo, like we just got there. Nigga. Like
You came up when we had our 2 Olympic coaches as our freaking track coaches.
Yeah, oh, shit.
We had Corey, Coach Nelson, Olympic runner, Hutch, Olympic runner, gold medalist. Feel me? Like we had 2 guys, the best probably that we think in this state as coaches when it comes down to, because they did it at the highest level, college, track, national level, like world level medalist. I mean Nelson played in the NFL too, so it was like you caught it at our junior year. You caught us when our training changed, like how Coach Nelson trained us. I'll never forget them days, man. Like Mondays, you're running 300s, full speed, get ready to go. Tuesdays, ladders, 300, 250, 225, boo, 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 all the way down, all the way back up.
Oh, shit.
Like, and then our senior years when we put it all together, like Hutch, like the only way to get faster, you need to get stronger. Okay, we gotta start lifting in the morning, pumping iron in the morning. Feel me? Going to track practice, doing that. Like, I took it a step further. Coach Nelson's like, if you really want to be the best, That's when I first found out. Like how you said you found out about AAU, I found out about winter track. Didn't know there's indoor season. So I did indoor season before I did spring. So by the time I hit spring, I was at the fastest. Feel me? Going crazy.
Where are you doing indoor track at?
NAU and Tucson. And in Tucson. Those were the only indoor tracks.
So then how the fuck are you getting down there? You're just doing it?
Coach Nelson, he would pick me up and it would just be me and him.
Oh wow! So he's like, "You want it? Let's go get it."
Yes.
Oh
and he
wow!
created a whole
fire.
Yeah, but that in my senior year.
There's only some coaches that do that too. They'll know. Okay, these are the rats. These are the rats who want it the most.
Yeah, and
like,
so
facts.
that goes back to like kids were running track. Like I know a lot of people out in the track community been running track since they were in elementary school, right? The reason why
exactly like I never ran track. That's why I'm like I hear this shit and I'm like, oh my god, this shit's so cool. Fuck, I'm so mad I didn't run track when I first got here. Because one, I would have met a lot of people too.
It's a big sport.
Yeah, I would have met. Because there's so many people that like there's people that do obviously like football and shit in track, right?
Yeah.
But then there's people that do random shit that are like, no, I just like to run, or like I just like to fucking jump or shit like that. Like they just like I like to be athletic.
Yeah.
In this, not sports. Like it's different in track. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, I would have met.
It's a very people sport. Like you meet so many people. Like, you're in your heat. People are talking to you.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like when you go to the meets, it's hella people. It's like you're bringing damn near the school with you.
It's like 1,000 plus people.
Yeah, you're bringing. It's not no other sporting event. Yeah,
you have like 30 teams.
Yeah, it's maybe like wrestling, the closest thing you could bring it to. Like how but they're in wrestling, everyone's still doing the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You're all coming here.
Different events.
Yeah, here it's different events. I'm like, dang.
You never went to. I wish you would have went to Chandler Rotary. It's the second biggest meet in the West Coast. So number one's in California, and this it's called Nike sponsors it, and so it's free Nike Gatorade protein bars all over the school, like all over the track meet. So you can always get like a Gatorade or a protein bar. Sponsored by Nike, get Nike bags if you're a top 3. Like every team from all over the nation come here to this meet. It's the second biggest meet.
Whoa!
So
you're seeing like
200 teams, 100, 200 teams. You're seeing the fastest people all over the country come here. Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
You're in that bitch or what?
Yeah.
He said, yeah. Come on, watch
dude. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, like come on.
Come on.
PJ and Jalen got jumped won jumps at those meets. Like
oh, for real?
Got bags. Came on with bags.
Like, makes sense.
Like it's crazy.
But
bro.
You see what PJ's doing now, and you're like, damn, like we saw you in like gym class, fucking just like in air floating, nigga. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like what you're doing now, because I saw you fucking like jump over niggas and like damn near dunk.
I saw a video on
and
my
you're like,
Snap.
and you're like my height, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm looking. We're the same height. Nigga.
I have an old school video on my Snap where it popped up on memory. It's a slow mo when he bounced the ball, caught it, and dunked it.
Oh yeah, I was in that gym class, nigga. Like shit like that where I'm like, whoa, nigga, like.
Nah. And that's what I'm saying. I think I was telling Ben Strainer, because Ben Strainer comes to Kierland, and I was like, you know where I saw the best athletes in my life? He's like, where? I was like, Maricopa. I was like, it's just sad because a lot of them like took a different path, like not a good path. You feel me? They didn't go to school, like they just didn't care about school. They were partying, drinking, smoking, like just bullshitting. And these guys like had God given it like
what there's some that figured it out though.
No, they don't grade like I say PJ, Jacob, but these weren't guys that were like partying and drinking and smoking at the same. I'm talking like, you weren't there. John, what's his name? Joshie's brother. That's the greatest athlete I've ever witnessed.
I heard he was tough at fucking football.
Dude, when I say the greatest athlete I ever witnessed, he's a little bit taller than you. Might even be the same height as you. I think he actually is the same height as you. And what he did in football and basketball was just like, he's one of those guys where I guess AI or Kyrie. Like, imagine if this guy was 6'6". Imagine if this guy was imagine if Johnny Johnson, brother to Joshie, was 6 foot. He would have went like this dude was. You don't understand. He puts Joshie when it comes to like sports. He puts Joshie like down there
because Joshie never played football in high school. Huh?
No, but he did play 7-on-7, and he was crazy. Oh my god, dude!
7-on-7,
dude, he was disgusting.
He did play 7-on-7.
He might have been one of the top. Like he was basically Chemo
in 7-on-7.
Chemo and him were like scary.
Chemo was fucking crazy.
But that's another thing. Chemo wasn't like Chemo was partying and smoking. It's just like his height. But it's like you don't know about the Owens brothers, David Owens, Aaron Owens. My sophomore year, you weren't here. This is when you were in Illinois. that team of football players and basketball players was like they need a 30 for 30 on that team. I'm telling you, these are guys that were like.
So they need a 30.
Like you think, I'm telling you, you think Joshy was crazy at basketball? His brother was on a different level, and that man was unstoppable. And then he played football.
I do know about Johnny. I've seen like footage and like I've played with Johnny in basketball, so like I know he's good at basketball.
Like
I do think Joshy's way more elite.
Yeah, I'm talking about his senior year.
In basketball, though, like
his senior year was crazy. That's why I say that. I was like, damn. Like,
but you gotta think when he's a senior, bro's a sophomore.
Yeah,
he's still keeping up.
Yeah,
you gotta think in that sport. No, he's him.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But then like Josh didn't have that. I guess Josh could have played any sport too. But when he played football though, Johnny Johnson,
I don't think Josh was getting off in football.
He would hurdle. His brother would hurdle people. Like run, hurdle another person, 70-yard touchdown. Like this dude was him. Aaron Owens, because Aaron Owens was a quarterback at the time.
That nigga Davion was hurling niggas too.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Davion came a little bit later. He came in that second.
He came in that last.
No, he came in my junior year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Their senior year.
The Owens?
The Owens weren't there. They all graduated.
Okay.
I'm saying like that sophomore, the class that was when I was a sophomore and they were seniors, that class was just, I tell them all the time, man, these are guys that like could have went to the NFL, could have went pro for basketball. But because a small city, no real structure, just doing bad shit. You know how Copa is. We grew up in Copa, so we know what can happen out there. There's a lot of stuff that can happen, and distract you.
It is a small city.
And so it's like all that stuff going on, you really had to want it. You feel me? And the ones that did want, again, PJ, Jacob.
Yeah, you gotta have a little
Alasia, shout out to her. She went crazy in Baylor, won a couple championships with Baylor.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
Like there are people that have made it out, but like there could have been so much more. And again, in my opinion, the best athletes I've ever seen, other than Mountain Point, but Maricopa's. I remember Mountain Point people were telling me like, "Oh, Maricopa's not that good," and then I witnessed what I saw there. I'm like, these guys are different. These guys need to be out of this school. They need to be.
And granted, they did it though.
I mean, yeah,
some of them did.
That junior and senior class didn't. Those juniors and seniors didn't go nowhere. And they should have went somewhere.
Oh, the ones before us?
Yeah. Like my sophomore year, their junior, senior year, there's a lot of them that should have went somewhere. But just didn't. Because, again, Maricopa, they just thought they were them. Like, remember in high school sports, if you're that guy, you're probably going to be fucking around too. But there's a difference between you can fuck around and still do your shit. But these guys are more fuck around than do their shit. There's a guy you asked Josh about him, Jalen Lee. Dude, this guy, one of those guys from Chicago, hood dude, but like naturally just get it at any sport. Basketball, could dunk, could shoot, pass, all that. But football is his main sport. I remember Coach D, Savion's dad, told him, "Hey, if you block a punt this game, I'll give you any pair of shoes in my closet." Bro has thousands of shoes in his closet. Oh, I gave whatever you want. He's like, okay. After that play, went to go punt. Boom, blocked the punt. Oh my God, picked it up, touchdown. He said, "I want your pink Air Forces."
Oh shit.
He said, "If I block another one, can I get another pair?" Yeah, okay. Next punt. Boom, blocked another punt. Ask Savion, ask Timo, ask anybody, ask Alec, like, block the punt. Come here.
Block the punt.
Got another pair of shoes, bro.
Shit.
But people don't know he was the biggest trapper in Maricopa. Had the feds watching his house.
Oh shit!
Like in right behind Circle K by Copper Sky. He lived a street behind Alizé and them. And I remember because he bought a Corvette straight cash, high school. He had a couple of things in Maricopa. He hit this one kid at Copper Sky, knocked him out. Football. I remember last game or senior year, he dropped 3 people, season game. Boo, dropped them. Because we got in a brawl. Like that, my sophomore year, their senior year, we got in a brawl last game. Football, both benches cleared. He dropped 3 people. You see it. It was crazy. But this guy was like, he was Golden Gloves in Chicago. You feel me? Like this guy was one of those ones. One of those ones, but guess what? Decided to look around. It's just like, damn, like I wish I had your potential. That's why I'll never feel gifted. Like I have like one of those like decent, like I'm decently fast, I'm decently strong, I'm decently this, but I ain't have
the deck of cards.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because I also like the competition. I like to work because the more I work, the better I get. But like, I just see a lot of these players where I'm just like,
damn, you naturally just doing that shit.
man, bro, what the
Like
hell?
you just know how to put the ball in the bucket.
You know how to run, score a touchdown, do this, do that.
Granted, it took me like 3 years to even get like good at basketball. Think of my I'll let me walk you through my basketball career. Fucking like 5th grade, right? Start, boom, I'm not good. I'm getting fucking like I only made like I want to say like what 5 points first summer, spring and summer. So that's like from April to August. Nigga only had like fucking 5 points. Granted, 5th grade, nigga, you only got like one good person on your team, one big person. If they're taller, then you're losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things you know going into it. It doesn't start getting competitive until like honestly like 8th grade.
What is your outside of life?
8th grade, kids are starting to dunk. So you're like, okay, things are way more fast paced.
What does your training look like? You get home from school.
Oh, you just need to have a basketball and a court. Realistically, realistically, it's kind of like soccer. You just need the ball. If you have the ball, you could do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like soccer, if you have a ball and a wall, you're cooking. You could fucking become Messi if you want to. You know what I'm saying? It's just the dedication and like figuring out like how to figure out the ball, right?
So when you went outside to play, quote unquote, are you out there playing basketball or are you actually just doing shit? What are you doing?
Exactly. So I started really early, right? But like I also have a sister who started before me.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think like Clara's always been better than me at basketball. This is where having older siblings kind of helps because like fucking, and I've never had that gender thing of like girls being better at, like my sister's always been better until I got taller. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been very like cynical with basketball because of that. Because I'm like a girl's beating me all the time, and like I see like the other half of it, you know, in other places. Granted, there's an age gap, whatever. But I've just been cynical with the sport. Like I've always thought of it of like of like a fucking like a science experiment, shit like that. Like you're supposed to learn from it and like shit like that. So early, I'm thinking like 5th grade, I'm really just playing by myself up until, let's see, I'm playing outside with people, right? But none of them really play basketball until like 6th grade. Or if I'm ever playing with my sister and like her friends, because my sister's playing with dudes. Like Claire's always played with dudes. Like she don't give a fuck. Like dudes that are taller than her, fucking stronger. And you know when you're like the people older than us were always bigger. Like them niggas were bigger, nigga. Like and she come here, like
I know you're not saying name drop, but you remember Cam. You know he was in our grade.
Cam.
Sanders.
Yeah.
He was. I thought when I came as a sophomore, I was like, this guy's. I thought he was a senior the whole time. He was our age or my age. She was a sophomore.
Yeah. So fucking Clara's fucking. I'm playing like if I'm playing with them, that's when I started to realize, okay, there's like certain things you have to do. I'm not even playing with adults yet. I'm playing with adults like later this summer. You know what I'm saying? Like my entire, maybe I'm saying 5th grade. I'm thinking 6th grade. My entire 5th grade, I was really just going to practice.
Right.
And like learning a lot from AAU practice. Like I'm doing skills practices. Like skills are throughout the week, and then you still have to go to practice throughout the week. So it's basketball every single day except Sunday. And then even Sunday, I'm going to the park with Clara if it's like not cold outside. So it's basketball. When I mean it's basketball, it could be basketball year round. That's like what my sister Claire. That's what Claire did. She did year round ball. There was always a team that wanted her, always a team that needed her. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just like I just need to find somewhere to hoop. I wanted a warm gym. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? That's all it was. Freaking, but it's a lot of hooping in the summer outside and in the winter inside, like trying to find gyms to hoop at. Like I'm a gym rat naturally. Like if I see a court, okay, I gotta put the shot up. Like I gotta find the basketball and put a shot up. It'll feel weird if I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things, bro. Like fuck, it's bad, but freaking. Hold on, I know. I remember where I was at. Freaking going to like what else was I doing? Because in season, if I'm thinking AAU, because AAU's spring to summer, and then after AAU, because like let's say if you were to start off the year, right? If you're playing, I don't know when you guys did basketball in like elementary and middle school out here
It was winter time,
in the winter, but like which quarter?
like second quarter.
So, for example, our basketball was in the third quarter on some freaky shit. It was like we come back from our shit or whatever, and like we'd be doing basketball practice.
It'd be like late November, early December.
Yeah, that's like with high school. Out there, it's not like that. It's like I want to say the girl. It's like split up between girls and boys. So like boys was in the third quarter, girls was in the second quarter. So they got like the first half of winter, we got the second half of winter. Freaking so I didn't play sixth grade, but I played feeder throughout the winter. So I still played throughout that winter ball. Cause feeder is like what's your feeder team? Because they don't have feeder out here. Feeder's like your city team. But it's like from every school though. So like they'll be like, all right, well here goes the feeder thing for like Waukegan, right? Because I played for Waukegan feeder. They'll do a tryout, and this fucking a lot of kids at this tryout. And my sixth grade year, this is when I didn't know. You gotta think this is my second year playing basketball, so I'm like I know what I am able to do, but not fully. Like I know I have to stick defense if I want to stay in the game. You know what I mean? It's literally little shit like that. Like okay, like I know not to shoot right now. Like if I have an open shot, shoot it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit little things.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
Yeah, so I'm going into that. Boom, I make feeder, and I'm like, holy fuck! I did not expect. Like, I'm genuinely happy because I didn't make the school team. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck I didn't make the school team, but whatever. But I'm playing feeder, and I didn't play. I didn't do wrestling because I was gonna wrestle instead. But my mom was like, which one you want to do, feeder or wrestling? I'm like, put the ball in the bucket.
Let me get that.
Yeah, come on, like we're putting
Ching.
the ball in the bucket. So yeah, we did feeder instead. I did feeder. That goes into that feeder ends off right when you're still playing. Like let's say if you were in feeder and you're playing like boys feeder, you would still play fucking for your team or whatever, like your school team when it comes over in the third quarter. So you'd be doing feeder and the school team on some shit. Like it's greedy because feeder games are only on the weekends. So like you can only go to those games or they come here on the weekends. So boom bap, we're fucking doing whatchamacallit now. You're doing both school and feeder. I didn't because I didn't make the team, but I was like I have AAU right after feeder. Literally I think it was like 2 weeks or like a week, boom, I'm in the AAU. So it's like year round.
Mm-hmm.
And then like let's say after AAU, boom, you could do fall ball. Now there's not many kids that do fall ball, but you can still do fall ball. Like there's tournaments. Like if there's a tournament, that means there's teams. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Going to basketball camps. Like I've been to Dwayne Wade's camp, been to Sean Marion's camp, been to
How important do you say these camps are?
I've been to a lot of like local camps. A fuck ton of local. I have like a lot of the like if you're to see me in a basketball shirt, you're like, what the fuck is that? It's probably a basketball camp. Put it that way. But how camps? I think camps are always good because you're just going against other kids, like getting other looks. Like camps in Illinois, there were some camps I liked, some camps I did not. I was like, this is fucking retarded. I can give you that. But there's camps where like, what's the name of the camp? It was like 911. I think it was called a 911 camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm from what I was hearing earlier, like years before I went, the camp was like not all that. Then when I got there, that bitch was up. And I was like, okay, this is kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. But the camp had everyone from my fucking AAU team there. So it's like it's like an AAU team camp, damn near. But like it's free and we all just pulling up. You know what I'm saying? And we're just
So my next question to you then is, when you have kids, how would you train them, or what would your mindset be with them in the process of like they want to, hey dad, I want to play basketball. What does that look like to you? How do you start them?
so I'm not
5 years old. How does it look like from 5 to 10? How does that look?
well, I'm like giving them everything though. I'm gonna give them like a lot of shit to just see what they do with it, like a soccer ball. Like just give them a whole bunch of balls, see what they do.
But my question is,
But like,
okay.
so like,
You
let's
didn't
say
play soccer as that wasn't your top sport you trained in. You trained in basketball. So your kid comes up to you and says, "Dad,
I probably am not gonna train my kid in basketball. I'll train someone else's kid in basketball
you wouldn't train your own kid in basketball. How come?"
because like my kid would have to have like the attributes to be a basketball player.
Let's say he becomes 6'5",
So he'd have to become 6'5" like his sophomore, junior year of high school.
maybe.
You could still become a fucking killer basketball player.
Wait, are you shooting his dreams down
No,
prior to that?
I'd be like, okay, okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying now. I'd get him coordinated. I'd like, for example, will we have a hoop and a basketball thing, like a little.
You take him to the gym. You take him to the open gym, and it's really you in
But
there.
we'd be doing like I'd rather do other sports. I'd rather fucking play soccer.
You say you just got what I'm saying, so that's what I'm
But
saying.
I see what you're saying, but I still wouldn't do it.
Okay, so you're a but the reason why I asked this question is the same question that you could ask me. Like, your son said, "Hey, Dad, I want to play football. I want to play track." Like,
But so if I was forced, I'm not forcing my kid.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm saying I'm putting like one of those, like, they could do whatever they want, but I preferably would want them to play a sport that I did, so I can at least train them. But the only thing I understand what you're saying is the coordination part. Like, if I could just train my kid in the gym and take him to the track and do like general basis of making your body better, then whatever sport he plays in, that will complement it.
Yeah, he could
just be naturally better.
I was about to say just be a natural athlete. I was about to say it's that's the thing I think I'm looking for, because like I liked basketball to a point where I was like, fuck, I think I like this too much. Like I don't like other sports. Like genuinely, the only other sport I liked playing was volleyball. Was legit the only sport where I was like, no, this is it, low key. Like I get volleyball, but the only other sport.
But I'm just saying, like, would you pick your son, like, if my son's like, Dad?
If they wanted to play basketball, but I'm gonna be like, listen, kid, you're already like 2 years behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get on him because, like, fuck, what do you want to do with it? Do you just want to play to play?
Like, no, I don't think any kid wants to play to play. I think they want to play when a kid plays to get
better. So I'm like, all right, so we're gonna get better now because.
And that's what I'm saying. Are you taking
have fun?
Are you taking up the training with him? Like, that's what I'm saying. Are you putting him through drills and you're making him do this every day? Like Gilbert Arenas says, I make my son take 1,000 middies or something like that to work on his mid range. But he makes his son do it because his son wants to play basketball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's an age, and like that age comes with like, how serious do you want to be about this? Because like, let's say like. Because you got to give a better example is like, let's say he grew up playing a certain sport and then he's like, no, I always wanted to play this sport though. I'd be like, okay, you're late, right? And like, if you want to play it to be like that professional athlete, you're gonna have to like change some things around or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, because like it could be like, oh, I want to play a badminton. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's fucking like whatever you got to do to be.
But that's why I was asking.
But like, there's certain sports. Let's say he grew up playing. Like, I'm just very jaded with basketball, though. You see what I'm saying? So, let's say if he grew up playing volleyball, right, and my kid's like actually good at volleyball, and then as soon as he gets to
high school,
like his freshman year, he's like, instead of doing volleyball, I want to do wrestling. Oh no, wrestling. I'd still be like, all right, let's do it, because you still have time to. Let's say he's like, I want to do basketball. I know it comes with basketball at that level. Like, I've played at it. I'm going to be like, all right, look how tall you are, some length, you know what I'm saying, reach and all that. And if, I'm going to be honest, if you're any fucking good, if you have a left hand, I'm being dead serious. If you can't use your other fucking hand, you're not playing any fucking sport in high school. Or you're not playing basketball in high school. they're gonna look at you and be like, "You should have developed that last year." Like if you've been
Thank
playing,
God I never played basketball.
you know what I'm saying?
I could not.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'd be like, "You should have developed that already."
Yeah, forward looked at me and was like, yeah, because I did play. I tried to play my senior year.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't dribble with my right. So
he's gonna be like, "You didn't develop that already, like at all." Like, because you gotta think about it. You have to develop that. Like I'm in 5th grade. Boom, 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 boom. I have full control over the ball in my left hand. It don't matter where that bitch goes. I'm gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit like that.
That's what I'm trying to learn now. And thank God I don't even play. Like I said, I don't play basketball. I play basketball like I'm not.
I did a lot of skills camps. I know a lot about basketball.
I'm trying to I'm left hand dominant, but I'm like, fuck. The next best thing for me is like, yeah, I could dribble, I could shoot, I can't dribble with I can't go right, and that like unlocks a whole nother part of your game. Like you can only dribble left.
If you can't even do a layup with your other hand, you're not. I'm sorry, you're not going to do well with me. I'm gonna just force you that way and be like, "Oh, it's gonna be a fun time to see you struggle." You know what I mean? Like that. Like that's why I'm like, bro, I'm not good at basketball. I fucking suck at basketball. I love saying that. Like I'm not good at the sport, but I probably beat you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if you really think, no, I'm nice at this, I'm nice at that. If you don't have if you don't have some like prerequisites, I played here, played that, then I have to shut the fuck up. If not, nigga, I'm gonna be like, no, you probably can't. Sorry. Like if you weren't scouted or anything, like I'm sorry, I'm not trusting the words you say. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not one of those guys. If you weren't scouted, yeah, I'm not trusting the words you say. Because even like Ryan's got his team going up in Cali, right? And I'm like, yo, like if he could do it, Loki, I could do it. Cause we fucking played on the same teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's shit like that. Like we both went to the same skills practices. Like on like when it comes to training, like we both know how to train. Like get a kid good. Know exactly what you need to be at this certain level.
Honestly, that's what I did with my brother. That was the first time I trained someone. I could train him for 2 summers, and like, I mean, it made a difference. Like he's on varsity now. He's that guy, and so
still cooking.
And that's why I'd be like, okay, with my kid, I'm not gonna train him in the aspect of like. Now, if he's like, Dad, I want to play football directly, like, and this is my dedication, then I'm definitely gonna train him in all aspects of football. But if he's like, he just wants to play sports and he's just like, I don't know what I want to do, but I want to play it. I'm gonna train him in this. Like, I'm gonna first start him off training with like general stuff, like weight training, take him to the track. You know, jump rope like we just talked about. Stuff like that that's not going to force him one way or another. Because any of that stuff is going to make him good, whether it's soccer, wrestling, baseball, football, track. If I train him general. But, what's it called? But then when it comes into the directness of what sport he wants to play or she wants to play, then that's where I would take it upon myself, depending on what it is. But I can't even, if he or she want to play basketball, I'm like not training them because I don't know. Like I wouldn't be a good trainer, but if they're like football or track, I would take it upon myself to train them for that sport.
Yeah, you got